Your time is up. Honorable Junet.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I stand to contribute to this motion, to this debate on the presidential address. Madam Speaker, first I want to bring to the attention of the House that it's a requirement of the Constitution that the President once in a year reports to this Parliament on the achievement of certain parameters that are stipulated in the Constitution. And Madam Speaker, that provision was made in the Constitution so that this House can hold the President accountable. We are not here to have a chorus of thanking the President, appreciating what he said. That's none of our business as a House. We want to know as a House from his speech whether the last 1 year he has achieved those issues that he is supposed to report back to this House, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, when I listened very keenly to the President on that day, because I was present in the House, I almost thought that the President is relaunching his UDA manifesto again for the second time, Madam Speaker. Because the whole speech was full of promises, promise after promise after promise after promise. Madam Speaker, these promises must come to an end, and Kenyans must be told what the government of the day has achieved for the last 1 year, Madam Speaker. 1 year is quite a long period of time, Madam Speaker. A lady gets a child in 1 year, Madam Speaker, after getting married. A whole human being is produced in 1 year, Madam Speaker, through marriage, Madam Speaker. So if you can produce a whole human being living in 1 year, but in 9 months actually, in less than a year, what is this that you cannot achieve in 1 year, Madam Speaker? So, Madam Speaker, let us be honest to Kenyans. Let us not address Kenyans as though some of them are living on earth and others are living in the moon, Madam Speaker. I heard people saying that we have stabilized the economy. I don't understand what stabilization means. When people are suffering, the cost of living is high, the cost of food is high, what have you stabilized? Unless you have stabilized things in a manner that we Kenyans cannot see. You are struggling with debt payment, you are struggling with revenues, you are struggling with all kinds of things, and then you have the audacity to tell Kenyans that we have stabilized the economy. A stabilized economy is an economy that has less debt and higher revenues, where you don't need to borrow to pay a debt. We are living in an economy where today, if we don't borrow, we will not be able to pay our debts, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, some of the things that I listened to in that speech, for example, is the issue of the Hustler Fund. Somebody borrowed 740,000, and now he's a rich man. He has bought a tuk-tuk. Madam Speaker, I don't know if we are living in the same country or we are living in different parts of the world, Madam Speaker. If you have a 740,000 shillings, that is enough to buy a tuk-tuk. But if people are saying that, it's like telling me today that I will get 1 million shillings.
Honorable Speaker, you know, the Honorable Junet has been born in affluence. He's lived as a rich kid. So he does not know how much 700,000